Yo, what is going on, guys? Liam Lifts back at it again with another upload here. Starting off with the cardio for our chest day. I always do cardio. I used to always do the treadmill, and then I kind of switched to rowing because I got tired of the treadmill. Now I'm switching to the bike because I got tired of rowing. And now we're doing some rotator cuff work with the cables. It's really important to properly warm up your shoulders, especially going into the bench press. A lot of people injure themselves on the bench press, and I never have because I always do these proper shoulder warm-ups. One really good shoulder warm-up, and that's really simple, is hanging from one arm and spinning around. You'll be surprised at just how opened up your shoulders will feel. And then I like to isolate my chest, get a good mind-muscle connection going, and just warm up the muscle a little bit before getting into the bench press. Usually I use the barbell bench, but today I'm doing dumbbells, felt like switching it up. You can't really tell, but the bench is on a slight incline, just to slightly bias the upper chest, but not so much to where my front delts are taking over the movement. Also, I see all the time people will just focus on pushing it up, but as you can see throughout my set here, especially as I get to the end, I'm really slowing it down and really going all the way down, really fully stretching out my shoulders. This will just, be really good for shoulder mobility, chest mobility, lightening the weight so that you're less likely to get injured, but also for muscle growth. If you want to grow your muscles as quickly and effectively as possible, then you definitely need to be incorporating full range of motion. You're minimizing stress on your system, as well as maximizing recovery time and maximizing the stimulus that you're providing to your muscle. Also, quick side note, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave any comments, any suggestions, anything you want to see me do in the future, please let me know. I'm always reading the comments. Also guys, you guys will notice I didn't include every set that I did throughout my whole workout because I didn't want to speed up every single set and have it be a super long video. So I'm just going to show what I did for each exercise. This right here is the most important rep. Going nice and slow all the way down. And I didn't show my third set, but now I'm getting into this shoulder press here. I went pretty light. I usually like to go pretty light on shoulder press. As you can see, I'm moving the weight pretty easily at the beginning. Shoulders are one of those muscles that give out really quickly, so when you go lighter, you can push a little bit harder that way. Right here, I'm just starting to feel the burn, but still got quite a bit left to go. You'll start to feel the burn, and then you'll get a couple reps out, and then it feels good, and then you'll just kind of hit a wall where you're like, oh yeah, that's the end of it. It's hard to squeeze out partial reps, but we get it done. After the shoulder press, I like to move on to my next favorite shoulder exercise, which is these full range of motion laterals. These really just get a better range of motion for your side delts, but also incorporate a little bit of front delts in your side raises. Gets to the point where you can't go all the way up anymore. I did 3 sets of those. I just showed the first one. And then I like to do a superset. I start with these overhead tricep cable extensions. This will really focus on the short head of your tricep, as well as focusing on the stretch, which is the most important part of the rep, as I'll say again and again. Just like with every other exercise, taking it all the way to failure. A lot of people, they find that they clink the rope on the back of their head, or they scratch their skin a little bit, and that happened to me too at the beginning, but with practice, you get it nice and smooth. I like to superset that with side cable raises. These are really good over the full range of motion dumbbell side raises because the point of the most tension is more in the stretched position rather than in the contracted position, which is, really important for hypertrophy and just developing every part of that muscle. On these, I really like to drop set them. The weight stack is pretty conveniently weighted for me, for my strength specifically, to drop set these. So it's really nice. I always do both sides, but I only showed one side in this case. After I superset those two, since I targeted the short head at the beginning, now I'm targeting the long head of my tricep. I'm almost thinking like I'm reaching in the back of my car, in the car seat, behind my seat for something. Like I'm kind of reaching behind me, trying to keep my elbow as far back as possible and kind of locked in place. And then as I get to the top, I really make sure I get that full stretch, because that's always important. Even on these exercises where you're mainly focused on the contraction, stretch is still super important, getting that full range of motion. Something I haven't really mentioned is the order of the exercises. I always start with the heavy compound lifts and then move towards the lighter isolation movements as I get more tired. I think of the isolation movements as the icing on the cake. So if you were, let's say, in a time crunch, I would only do, let's say, the bench press and side raises, and then all these other isolation movements I'm just doing just to increase the volume for each muscle while decreasing systemic fatigue. Also, isolating each muscle will help make sure that they all get worked evenly. If you guys watched my last chest day, you'll know that I prefer the seated pec fly over this standing cable pec fly variation. The reason I'm doing this right now, I actually only did one set of this, is because the seated pec fly was taken. So while I was waiting, instead of just waiting around like a chump, I figured try a different variation out. That's some good advice to pass along to you guys as well. If you guys are in a busy gym where there's not a whole lot of equipment and the one piece of equipment that you want is taken, you can, change up the order of your workout, or if that messes you up too much, then you can switch one exercise out for a different variation of the same kind of movement. But then the pec fly opened up and, I was just watching like a hawk, just ready to swoop in there. As soon as he picked up his water bottle, I'm like, pick up my bag and just run over. But we got it. So it's really nice to burn out. You just get that extra stabilization and the optimized resistance curve and that really nice stretch, as well as a really nice contraction at the top. So I really like this machine. This one in particular isn't really built for like taller people. So I've also seen pec decks in other gyms where you're not using your hands, you're using your elbows instead, which I really like because then it eliminates your biceps and your forearms from the equation. Unfortunately, we don't have one in my gym, but I really like this one anyway, so you guys should give it a try. My chest is just getting to the end here. Really can't do anything more. After I do 3 sets of this pec fly, I like to move on to the chest press because now I've done 2 compounds for my chest and triceps, and then a compound for each my triceps and my chest. So now that they're evenly burned out, I like to really burn them out on the chest press. I know what I said before, I know I'm finishing off with a compound movement unlike what I said, but this just feels really nice to burn out. Another thing I forgot to mention is on the dumbbell press. Over the bench press, I find that the dumbbell press gives me more chest activation, whereas the bench press gives me more triceps. Maybe that's just because I've never really done dumbbell press. I've always done bench press in the past. Maybe that's the reason why, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below if you do dumbbells and you feel it in your triceps more. But anyways, moving on to the stretching here. I like to start off by stretching my chest and then finish off with more of the shoulder work with the towel. But anyways, yeah, that just about does it for the video for today. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys all for the support. I really can't thank you guys enough. I really love making these videos, and the fact that anybody wants to watch these, it's amazing to me. I will have to move to uploading every other day instead of every day. Between work and college, it is, a lot, but I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I will keep pumping out these videos for you guys. I love you guys so much. Thanks for all the support. And yeah, I'll see you guys for back day in a couple days. Peace.